House Republicans pass controversial domestic policy bill by just one vote. In a dramatic and razor-thin vote, House Republicans have passed a sweeping domestic policy bill that delivers on many of President Trump's campaign promises, but not without sparking major controversy. This bill includes massive tax cuts, big increases in military and immigration enforcement spending, and deep reductions to health, education, nutrition, and clean energy programs. Big tax cuts, especially for the wealthy, at the heart of the bill, a $4 trillion tax cut. It locks in most of the Trump-era tax reductions, expands the standard deduction, and raises the estate tax threshold. But it doesn't stop there. Tips and overtime? No longer taxed. Social Security beneficiaries get a $4,000 bonus deduction. Interest on U.S.-made car loans becomes tax-deductible. Parents of kids born between 2025 and 2029 get a $1,000 Trump account investment for their child. Businesses benefit too, with fresh deductions for factory construction and R&D. However, universities and some non-citizens would see higher taxes, while 2 million children could lose access to the child tax credit due to tighter eligibility rules. Medicaid overhaul, work requirements, and deep cuts. The bill hits Medicaid hard. It introduces strict work requirements for childless adults, requiring 80 hours of verified work per month or risk losing coverage, with implementation moved up to 2026. It also makes it easier for states to remove people from coverage through red tape, requires copays for many services, blocks funding to Planned Parenthood and gender-affirming care, punishes states that offer Medicaid to undocumented immigrants. Before recent changes, the CBO estimated this would leave 7.6 million more Americans uninsured within a decade. Obamacare tweaks and insurance cuts. The bill also chips away at Obamacare, cuts over $100 billion by restricting tax credits and reintroducing paperwork barriers, brings back insurer payments but reduces subsidies, blocks plans offering abortion coverage, which could affect plan availability in many states. The full impact remains unclear as analysts race to evaluate the last-minute changes. Clean energy takes a hit, one of the most dramatic moves, rolling back nearly all clean energy tax credits from the Inflation Reduction Act, credits that help trigger over $840 billion in private investment. Key details: EV tax credits phase out by 2025. Credits for wind, solar, and battery storage vanish, with limited exceptions. A carve-out is made for nuclear power, if construction starts by 2028. Foreign parts bans will block many clean tech tax breaks, especially those involving Chinese components. In contrast, biofuels and carbon capture credits are preserved, pleasing farm states and oil companies. Food stamp cuts. Millions could lose benefits. The bill makes major changes to SNAP, food stamps, affecting over 42 million low-income Americans. Work requirements now apply to people up to age 64, including parents with kids as young as 7. States must share costs, and future benefit increases are limited. Only citizens and lawful residents would remain eligible. According to the CBO, about 3 million people could lose food assistance due to these changes, boosting military and border spending. The bill also cranks up spending on defense and immigration enforcement, $150 billion more for military expansion, including a new space-based missile defense system called Golden Dome, $175 billion for border security, new agents, and tougher immigration controls, a centerpiece of Trump's agenda. These measures faced little pushback and helped Republican leaders rally votes. Student loans get squeezed. Student loan borrowers also take a hit. The bill eliminates income-based repayment plans like Save and Pay as you earn. It introduces new borrowing caps for graduate and parent loans. Pell Grants would become harder to get for part-time students, though usable for short-term certificate programs. Projected savings, $330 billion over 10 years, raising the debt ceiling quietly. Lastly, the bill raises the national debt ceiling by $4 trillion, giving the U.S. breathing room to avoid default this summer. Some fiscal conservatives are fuming, but the move allows Republicans to bypass Democratic input and avoid high-stakes standoffs. What's next? The bill now heads to the Senate, where Republican leaders have said they plan to make big changes, though it's still unclear what those changes will be. As the dust settles, one thing is clear. This bill has ignited fierce debate over who benefits, who pays the price, and what kind of future it sets for